Hi, I'm Captain Coppin with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Right here on the King Ranch shoreline, we've been catching some good trout, working these grass lines, about 3.5 foot of water. Had a little warming trend this week, so a lot of the fish are feeding, coming through here on this grass line. Now, if you get a cold front, you're going to have to back off this grass line a little bit into about 5 foot of water. But as that sun warms up, they move up on this edge, and the redfish have been right up on the shoreline. We're catching them on paddle tails, and we're catching them on shrimp on the bottom, and also throwing some gulps all through here. Right here on the inside of Compuerta, we've been catching some good black drum along these cabins here. Shrimp on the bottom, also catching a few trout scattered, making long drifts through here with those paddle tails. Right here in the meadows on this drop off, when that north wind's blowing, the drum are still in here, and they're getting thicker and they're getting bigger. Catching a few of the big oversized ones, not a whole lot, but lots of the good eating keeper size in here. Just throwing dead shrimp or live shrimp on the bottom if you can find it. Dead shrimp will work just as good or better. All right in here, just on the inside of this long stretch of rocks. Just come in here. Once you start getting into the rocks, you start getting into the fish. Over here at Point of Rocks and Cathead, they've been catching some really big trout, up to 10 1/4, 10.5 pounds, all through here. Guys are wade fishing. I've been coming in here and just getting out and wading these rocks. About waist deep water all around here. You catch nice big trout. Over here at Penascal, lots of good drum, a few sheephead on this inside edge here by the white cabin. Come in here. The wind's been relatively light, so it's not beat up too bad, and the water clarity's decent. So come in here, work this little corner, all up here by the cabin on the inside of the rock. This Yarborough spoiler is still holding some drum, though on the light winds, it's been a little bit tougher. Seems like the wind needs to be blowing a little bit to be able to catch them. Just throwing dead shrimp on the bottom. Found a few more drum a little bit closer to the cut, but these deeper cuts are also holding some good drum. Right here on the Kennedy shoreline, we've been catching some scattered trout, a few redfish, and a couple of drum, just working tight to the rocks. Don't get too close to them, because with the low tides, you'll scratch the bottom of your boat. But if you just stay in that 3.5 foot of water, it goes from 3.5 to 5 foot real quick. But that 3.5 foot of water is where all the fish are holding. Here in the cut, again, the west drop-off's been holding some good drum and reds, throwing shrimp on the bottom. We did find a few trout, but they're kind of scattered in here. Came into 9 Mile Channel here and found a few more drum and a few more redfish. The tide been real low, so most of the fish have poured out of the flat into here. When the tide rises, they come out of this channel and up into 9 Mile. Now, I haven't been up into 9 Mile, but I'm sure there'll be some black drums scattered through this flat. Oso Bay has been remarkably clean lately. All through Oso, the water's been nice and clear. Right here at the bridge, it's a little bit murkier, but that's where the fish have been holding, right at the bridge. On an outgoing tide, just get in here on this channel, mostly on plastics. Probably catch a few drum or redfish on the bottom if you're throwing shrimp, but most of the trout have been caught on plastics, just wading right in here. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Coppin.